Are you getting ready to relocate to the Emerald Coast and you are considering being a resident of Mary Esther, Florida? Well, in this video, I'm going to talk about some of the things that you would need to know and things to take in consideration when you are thinking about relocating to Mary Esther. So stay tuned. Hey everyone, I'm Stephanie Bueno with the Whittemore Group at LPT Realty. Thank you so much for stopping by our channel. If you haven't done so already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap on that little bell just so you're notified every time we do a new video, because all of our videos give you a lot of information about the beautiful Emerald Coast. So if you are getting ready to relocate here or invest in property here or sell property or just want general information, feel free to reach out to us so we can help narrow down the areas and the properties that you're looking for and help guide you through the purchasing process. You can give us a phone call, send us a text or email, and we'll definitely have you covered when you are relocating or purchasing property here in the Destin-Fort Walton Beach area. So moving to Mary Esther, Florida, some of the things that you would need to know, let's talk about that. Well, first, a lot of people do ask, is Mary Esther even a good place to live? Well, that depends on preference. Some people have different preferences on the location, the type of neighborhood they want to live in, the type of home that they want to purchase, and what's close by, what's nearby as far as easy access, short commutes. So let's talk about that a little bit. As far as location, Mary Esther is in a great location on the Panhandle. It's close proximity to the beaches, retail, restaurants, and if you're active duty military or a retired veteran, you have a short commute to get to the military bases and still utilize your base privileges. Mary Esther is located just outside of Hobart Field Air Force Base and also close to Eglin Air Force Base. As far as things to do, there's lots of places to take your kids that are nearby. There's Liza Jackson Park in Fort Walton. There's the Landing that's a short distance away. And there's also community centers where you can take your children to enjoy some indoor activities. As far as shopping and retail, I would just honestly say there was the Santa Rosa Mall. That was the biggest shopping area years back, but that is kind of dwindling down as far as options on stores to shop at. So I would definitely recommend going out to maybe Destin, or even if you want to head out to the other direction and go to Pensacola for some shopping or some therapeutic shopping, I would definitely recommend having to go that way. But that's why it's good that Mary Esther is located where it's at, because you're right in the middle. I mean, right in between Destin and Pensacola. So shopping shouldn't be too much of an issue, but if you just want to run somewhere nearby, you're close to Target, there's Walmart. As far as grocery stores, there's Publix, Winn-Dixie's. There's Aldi's that is being built and will be open pretty soon. So you still have a lot of options. But if you are a major shopaholic, you definitely want to head out elsewhere. Recommend there's the Silver Sands outlet out in Miramar, or the Destin Commons in Destin, or you can head on out to Pensacola as well. As far as the neighborhoods, it's generally welcoming. From what I've noticed, a lot of communities just come together during the seasons of like the holidays, Halloween, Christmas. Lots of people just participate in the Halloween decorations as a community. There's lots of places to go as far as organizations where they set up little events. And there's also food trucks that are nearby too. I see those popping up closer and closer to the Mary Esther area, especially if you're off of Highway 98. You'll see food trucks setting up shop nearby. Makes it very convenient for those of you that are traveling along Highway 98 and just want to get a quick bite to eat. But if you're looking for beachfront property, you won't necessarily find that in Mary Esther, but you can get waterfront property that is located on the Santa Rosa Sound. So you still can have your own little private beach, but it's not exactly the Gulf of Mexico. But still you can enjoy laying out in the sand and enjoy the views of the beautiful water out in the Santa Rosa Sound. Now, with you being so close to the beach, living in Mary Esther, of course, you're going to have easy access to all the water fun. You can lay out on the beach, enjoy swimming or paddleboarding, jet skiing. You can rent pontoons or even go on boat tours nearby to be able to enjoy the rest of the area outside of Mary Esther. But there's just tons of fun water activities to be able to enjoy with your family when you're living in Mary Esther. Now, as with any other city, there will be some pros and cons when living in Mary Esther. So let's talk about a few of those. I'll start with the pros. Well, first, there's the quality of life. So when living in Mary Esther, of course, you are going to be able to enjoy that high quality of life with its beautiful coastal settings and abundance of recreational activities to enjoy. You can just really just be able to enjoy that laid back lifestyle and enjoy the welcoming community. As far as cost of living, when comparing to other coastal cities, Mary Esther is relatively affordable. The housing options vary. Of course, that depends on your budget and your preference. As far as education, Mary Esther is served by a range of educational institutions, including private and public schools, and that's for children of all ages. There's also nearby colleges and universities that offer higher education for those that are pursuing advanced degrees and continuing education. And another major pro is, of course, the location of Mary Esther, as I had already mentioned, but I'm going to talk about it again. Living in Mary Esther, just the prime location as far as where it's located. Whether you want to go east or west, you're going to have access to get to the beach, shopping, retail, or if you just want to find activities or festivals to attend, you'll definitely be able to get there fairly quickly while you're living in Mary Esther and enjoy a day out having fun with the family. Now let's talk about some of those dreaded cons. Let me talk about the traffic because of Mary Esther, where it's located. Of course, it's close to the military base, so there's a lot of people that are coming and going around the same time frame. So traffic can get a bit heavy during the early morning hours between 6 and 7, and then picks up again. Actually after 3, but I would say between 4 and 5 as well. There's a lot of people that jump onto Highway 98 to head on out. They want to head west towards the Navarre and Pensacola area, and there's others that are trying to head the other direction, trying to get back through Destin or Miramar Beach. So with Mary Esther being right in the middle and Highway 98 being the main road that cuts through most of our coast, you're going to end up being in part of that traffic. And also during the peak seasons, you're going to join the crowd of tourists that flock to the area during that time. People are trying to head to the beach and enjoy the restaurants and the same shopping or the retail stores that you're trying to enjoy as well. So you just got to have the patience for that. Another con to bring up would be the noise level while living in Mary Esther. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, it is close to a military base, and you also have the airport a little further away near Niceville. So you will definitely hear a lot of air traffic in the area. A lot of people just get used to it if they weren't already used to it. So it just kind of becomes a part of your everyday life. A lot of people love it because it's just the sound of freedom. There's a lot of military families in the area. So of course, that's just been a part of their life of hearing a lot of the airplanes going by over their homes. However, some people don't adapt very well to all the noise. There's a lot of people that work from home these days and find that to be very distracting. But that's just really up to you, and if you can tolerate all the flight traffic that's flying above your home if you're living in Mary Esther. Another con would be for those of you that are not able to adapt to the warmer weather here in Mary Esther. There are people that would come from up north and move down here and really just can't stand the heat, can't tolerate it, can't stand the sweat. But so that would be a con for those of you that like to be a little bit on the cooler side, that's used to living in cooler weather throughout most of your lives. It would be definitely a challenge to try and adjust to the hot and humid weather that we have here in Mary Esther, really all of Florida. So if you think that's going to be a problem for you, you just might want to reconsider moving somewhere to where it's a little bit cooler throughout the year. Now, if all of that seems a bit overwhelming for you as far as researching the cost of living, seeing if it's right for you, where's the best area or neighborhood to purchase a home in that's most affordable for you or more desirable location for you and your family, or how to prepare for the hurricanes, anything that I discussed today, if you feel like that's a bit much and want to know more, feel free to reach out to us. That's what the Whittemore Group is here for, to help you make that decision, or to give you the information that you would need to know to make the decision on whether or not you should move here to Mary Esther or any of our surrounding areas on the Emerald Coast. We would definitely hold your hand throughout the purchasing process as well. A lot of you are first-time home buyers, and then there's a lot of repeat buyers as well that will help any and everybody throughout the process, because it can be quite tedious when purchasing property. So we will definitely guide you along the way, make sure that everything goes as smoothly as possible throughout the transaction until we get you to closing and get those keys in your hand. So if you need any help with the relocation process, as far as finding the right neighborhoods for you within your price range, learning about what's nearby, what's the schools, and other things that you might need within your everyday lifestyle, just feel free to reach out to us. We'll definitely be able to help you narrow things down and get you through the whole process. Well, that's all I have for you today. I'm Stephanie Bueno, again with the Whittemore Group at LPT Realty, and I will see you lovely people later. Bye. So let's talk about 7 things that you would need to know before moving to Florida. That way you would be able to make a sound decision on whether or not this area is right for you. So of course, let's start off by talking about the real estate. For those that are looking to purchase a home in the area, you have a wide variety of options of types of homes